Can Bitcoin hit a mind-blowing $1 billion per coin? Analyst crunches the numbers, projecting a future where Bitcoin skyrockets to unfathomable heights. With the potential CAGRs and extended lifespans, could we witness the rise of the trillion-dollar Bitcoin? Stay tuned as the crypto world explores the realm of possibilities. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and let's start. So starting off with weekly candles looks perfect. April will be fucking huge as we are going to see more increases and probably the price will be going up. Next up, Bitcoin to 100k sooner than you think. It is repeating same pattern before it exploded last time I gave it. Break out and hold above trendline, then shoot for an unbelievable rally. Remember that I have been nailing every Bitcoin move since 20. Bitcoin monthly candle is attempting to close above the previous cycles of all-time highs. What are you thinking about this one? What is going to happen? Also, all-time high before Halloween. Are we reaching this cycle top prematurely this cycle? This has been proposed as a scenario by some. However, if we look at the previous cycle dynamics, we clearly see a shift towards slightly shorter bear markets red line, short accumulation phases orange, increase in pre-halving bull markets blue, and stable post-halving bear markets. This would lead us to a potential cycle top in early Q4 2025. This would make a lot of sense given we have institutional and retail money flowing into the Bitcoin. Also, the one we go for is basically looks ready for 72k and higher. Maybe a few weeks to the downside first, but overall structure remains bullish, aiming to $73,000 soon. I'm truly impressed, honestly. 70k Bitcoin and everyone is acting as if it's normal. How did 70,000 United States dollars per Bitcoin become so boring? Every Bitcoiner and others are acting as if Bitcoin worth at 50k or something until Bitcoin reaches 100,000. This is not a serious bull market, we're still in the early stages. As well as this week's Bitcoin recap is from 25th March to 31st March, Google starts indexing Bitcoin and crypto blockchain data into its search engine. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink says that their Bitcoin ETF is the fastest growing ETF in the history of ETFs. Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX, has been sentenced to 25 years in prison and less than 3,000 blocks away until Bitcoin halving. And also, $1 billion Bitcoin is not bullish enough. Let's say you are 20 or you have a kid of 20 years old. So you've got 45 years until you're 65. Let's say Bitcoin has a 24% CAGR for 45 years. Forget that Bitcoin's historical CAGR is ridiculously higher, that 99% of capital is ahead of us. Market multiplier only goes up from here, and that pi debasement only accelerates. That is $1.1 billion per Bitcoin upon age 65. You're still got 20 plus years to live. Remember that by 2069 life expectancy will hopefully be significantly longer. So if we assume a CAGR of 30% and you live to 100, that is around $1.8 quadrillion per Bitcoin. Is a $1.8 quadrillion per Bitcoin sustainable in real terms? Okay, how about nominal terms? So how do we price future hedging team in terms of a current hedge? You're crazy, okay? My grandmother, 92, old, and the S&P 500 was literally $4 when she was born, and the stock market did a 1200x in 92 years despite slower tech innovation, non-finite market cap, lower systemic USD inflation, only exposure to a portion of the USA, only 1/20th of the humans having property rights, and starting out with a major share of global wealth. Even if you think I'm insane, it is a fact. If the S&P 500 simply kept pace with the last 100 years, it would be $75 million in the next century. From increased hedge and inflation alone, the S&P 500 is going to hundreds of millions of dollars political currency units, even though Bitcoin demonetizes it. So who knows how this plays out, but you may live to see Bitcoin at almost every fiat price point you can imagine, even if the USD doesn't hyperinflate. Forget $1.8 quadrillion Bitcoin, forget $1 billion Bitcoin, forget 100 million Bitcoin. If If Bitcoin went to $2 million in the next few years, are you seriously prepared? Do you have multiple self-custody setups? Have you reduced single points of failure including you? Do you even have self-custody? Are you protected against the theft, lost keys or passing? Do you have jurisdictional arbitrage, keys in multiple countries? Will you use spouse, partner or kids have the ability and education to manage tens of millions worth of Bitcoin along with a few years if they needed to? So do you have Bitcoins in your IRA, SMSF, pension or trust yet? Do you still have a single SIG wallet devices in your house or safety deposit box? Do you realize that all of these things are easily possible for you? It doesn't matter if you only have a little Bitcoin or you still have a significant wealth. Do you have any exposure to the lowest risk institutional grade multi-sig collaborative custody? How do you expect to get the best terms of or most favorable treatment otherwise if you don't? Have you yet asked yourself what will happen when millions of people ask themselves these 10 questions at once? Do you seriously want to procrastinate this? Maybe we got 3-5 years before these questions matter. However, there are 10+ million people who will have the need for this, and I can assure you the Bitcoin advisor will be front and center given the perfect track record since 2016. Nobody comes close to what has created, and it's why you've got stack in that precise setup. The reason I talk Bitcoin self-custody and is not because I need to or lack of demand, it is because I understand we have a massive supply-demand squeeze coming, and I'm trying to warn you. You and millions of others don't need $1 billion or even $1 million of Bitcoin to start feeling significant pressure and peace of mind. You and millions of others don't need 100% exposure to collaborative custody multi-sig to reap of benefits. Most won't want to be all in one model, which in irony makes the market only bigger and the importance to gain exposure only higher. Even if Bitcoin only goes to 800,000 and you only had 25% in the collaborative custody arrangement, the peace of mind, helping hand, and lack of single point of failure is going to be so important. You've got your hands on Bitcoin right now and don't realize it's like buying the S&P 500 at $4 in 1932, and we're about to accelerate it in 2132 TED and prices in the next 2 decades. Ignore me about Bitcoin fine, I don't care, just get off zero. Ignore me about self-custody fine. In a long enough time horizon, all the counterparty risk rises to 100% failure rate, and you learn that. Ignore me about collaborative custody, fine. We've got plenty of demand. In 5 years, people will ask why I didn't warn them to at least consider it. So don't worry, other competitors will arise besides with legit services for collaborative custody multi-sig, because the only difference is they were not helping clients since 2016 and they won't achieve zero single point of failure. So call a 10 million Bitcoin moon mass all you want, but I'm trying to warn you, max pain is not down, it is up. So why? If I had an infinite money printer, why would I force Bitcoin price down when I could just force price up faster than a security holder self-custody? Don't scare them out of selling their coins in fear of crash. Scare them into selling their coins in the face of green and mega candles they weren't prepared for. We have less in common with the future than the past. The fear of NGU will someday eclipse the fear of NGD. Even if the USD does not hyperinflate and we do not see hyper-Bitcoinization, this is still true. That's how bullish Bitcoin is. 1 million Bitcoin is nothing, and yet most people are not prepared for it, even those that own Bitcoin. Prepare for 100x now, because you or your kids may live to see a $1 billion Bitcoin even without the hyperinflation. People today laugh at me because I'm bullish. In truth, people will laugh at me in the future with how bearish I am, because I'm trying to explain 2132 in terms of 1932 prices in TED. A few sats in 2124 purchase way more than 1 billion sats in 2024. Act like it. That's all the information we got on today's video, so don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you in the next one, and peace.